everybody, welcome to tonight finale of Victorian Vigilante here on the Greater Restriction channel. I'm your host, GM, the Greater Vicky, and as always, I'm very happy to see all of you and excited to see my wonderful cast for the last time, for the last episode of this campaign. It has been a wonderful journey. I'm actually pretty excited to see what's gonna happen tonight in terms of this, little adventure and the little denouement and what they have in store because they're currently in a very interesting situation, if I may say the least.
That's one way to put it.
So that should be fun. But of course, before we jump in tonight's episode, there is always a few announcements. Uh, First and foremost, we are dice affiliate with Die Hard Dice. So if you do exclamation dice in the chat, it will bring you directly uh, to a link where we have, the dice set that we get a bit of kickback on, which is the Dark Art Undertow from them. It's a metal dice set. It is beautiful. I own it myself. It has brought Doom up on my home game players, so I appreciate it. But yeah, and you can use the code Great June to get 10% off your entire order. You don't have to order that dice set, but if you do, it does help the stream. We get a little bit of kickback on it, and it allows us to do more things, bring more shows, and do what we like to do the most, and which is our actually charity events. So that's our jam, and little kickbacks and funds our way. Same way with subs and bits and donation. That's what we do. We put it towards making better things for your entertainment and out there. Other little announcement. Let's not forget, that this month is Pride Month, and like, just a little small gesture to actually help people in the LGBT. That long acronym that I never am able to pronounce properly because words are hard for me. You can do exclamation pronouns. Essentially, that will bring you to a few links. First one is essentially that allows you to put on your own pronouns. And that little extension, it's non-invasive. Just need to put your Twitch information. And anybody need to add that extension to their browser, which I think it's only compatible currently with Chrome, Firefox. And I do hear Opera may also be compatible with it.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have that as well installed in your browser, when the extension doesn't go weird, you can actually see people pronounce that in there, and it's actually make them feel a bit more welcome in certain in chat when they actually say, hey, people are actually using that. I myself am a cisgender male. I'm still gonna go put him in there because I know how important it is to many of my friends that that are properly pronounced, and I do know that some people are currently and will still fighting. And it's stupid that they have to be actually called by their proper pronouns. So it is a small gesture, and I would actually deeply appreciate it. If you want to do me a little favor, today, go do that. It's non-invasive. Takes you less than 2 minutes, and it'll be done, right? So yeah, beside that, next week, obviously, this campaign is gonna be done. I will be here though, joined by my good friend Derek Ward from SRD&D. You may have seen him previously on the channel on a few things. More recently, the charity stream that we did, where he GM this little Call of Cthulhu game. He's a wonderful person, dear friend of mine. Him and I are gonna be building a beast, probably a terrible creature that he will at some point use on his own channel, SRD&D, to bring doom and pain to his player. SRD&D, I think that's the proper channel. Short for SDND. They're wonderful. Love them very much. They're a good friend. So yeah, join us next week, and if you can, go drop them a follow. They play D&D every Saturday. So that's great. Last thing after that, we're gonna be off for a week. That's just gonna be so that behind the scene we actually prepare for next campaign, uh, which is gonna be a slightly different system. We're gonna be using the Fantasy Age system, and it's gonna be a Titan's Grave campaign. I'm gonna be joined by a few people that you may have seen their face around here on the channel. If you have not seen that Twitter post yet, because you don't follow us on social, maybe I would encourage you to do that. And there you go on Twitter, twitter.com/the GR Crew. Same thing. I'm going to be joined by Fairbear, Celine, Jiggles the Fit, and Kitty. All amazing people. I'm super excited to share a table with them. I've actually, Jim for Fair and Jiggles during that Red Wall one shot. They're actually super wonderful. It's I know them. I know they're probably gonna bring me chaos and pain, and but you know what? I would not have approached them if I did not know what I was getting into. So
Players only bring happiness and joy to a campaign. No
absolutely,
chaos.
I've I have not grown more white hair since I started jamming for people. This simply coincidence. But I think that is all the announcement on my end. So yeah, 17 we're gonna say Billibies. Week after that we're gonna be going dark, and July 1st we're gonna be bringing that new campaign. So that's super fun and exciting. Any of my cast member have any announcement? I know that sometime you stream, and you've been back, and you had a chaos stream with friends recently, so it went well.
Yes, and I stream tomorrow, thankfully on my own.
What
I love my friends. My friends are pure chaos.
if you don't already follow the French Talk? Please do. They're a wonderful person, dear friend of mine, and they make good food, fun content. It's chill and lovely and welcoming. So yeah, go and do that. So I think that is all for announcement, and I'm sure that my players are ready and excited to jump in right into chaos. So without further ado, let's roll that little intro.
We interrupt this program in order to bring you news about the ongoing situation in our eastern colonies and news on the conscription bill recently introduced into the House of Commons. And now back to our regular scheduled programming.
And we are back. Alright. So, last where we left off. Our group of investigators at this, mid clandestine meeting, middle of the night, with the people apparently responsible for the missing Doyle children. And, in exchange for a statue, they were supposed to release the children. A few things went more or less according to plan. I mean, they were able to, bring the object in question, follow the culprit to the warehouse. So far, that went well. Except when came time to actually, get in there. A few accidental, less than stealthy movement around the warehouse to attract some attention, and a firefight ensued because, bad guys and people when things happen. A few shots fired, fire grenade tossed, and now a third party decided to join the fray. As the door break open, and you do see those five individual walking in. Well, walking in. They more or less burst the door open, and the face of those that could see the face of Mr. Arrington drop with some worry, as those may be indeed the individual that this gentleman double crossed. So that's where we are. All right. So since there's
Are we
yeah,
are we re-rolling initiative?
yes, we will re-roll initiative because there's more people involved now. All right. So
Hopefully I roll better this time.
simply roll a d6 and add your initiative number. I will roll for. Holy fuck! I'm just gonna roll for the two groups. I'm not gonna roll initiative for 7 people. Fuck that.
Should have. I have such an insanely high initiative.
Bless you, die hard. Bless you, die hard dice. I rolled well. And now I have to do math.
All right. So, Basil, what is your initiative?
I'm still rolling because it's a lot of dice in my hands. Not that big.
I think we only roll one
You
d.
just roll one
Oh,
d6 and
shit.
just add the number.
That's right. I'm sorry. I just completely missed saying that. That's right. Okay, so that would be 16 for me.
16. All right. So Basil. James, what's your initiative?
I don't remember.
It
What
is
Just roll it.
more based on?
your initiative, I do believe, if I'm not mistaken.
It should be under your derived attributes next to your health and your quintessence.
Doesn't have his character
Yeah.
sheet.
Which is based off your wit and resolve, essentially. Wit and dexterity, sorry.
What's in dex plus something?
9.
9, alright. Okay. James. Zafreen, what's your initiative?
Get me back.
10. Alright,
Hurry
James
up, go.
above James. And Alexandra.
Rolled the highest I can roll, which is a 14.
Hey,
It's
look.
initiative plus. It's dex plus wit plus perception.
Yeah.
Ah. Wait, does that change with when you level up things?
If you add certain things to your stats, yes, it does.
Hold on, I need to do some math because my perception is much higher than it was when I first typed this up. It's dex plus wits plus perception.
For James and Zafreen, does that change anything for your? James, your initiative
James,
is
your
already
initiative-
bottom, so.
That makes mine up to 10. So
That makes my initiative a 19.
Okay. So actually, doesn't that change anything to the current order? Actually, Basil, what did you roll total?
Roll to 16 total.
Okay.
So I'm above
So,
Basil.
yeah, actually go above Basil.
Yep.
All right. Actually, then
I did
it
not
just
think-
changed Alexandra's position on the board. So the initiative is going to be Alexandra, Basil, the Tongue Mafia, which is the new people that just got involved, Arrington and Company, Zafreen, and James. So, top of the order, Alexander, you're currently, pretty close to Mr. Harrington himself, I do believe, from last time.
I thought I was running toward the kids.
Yeah, you were they're like close-ish to each other, like, but you're probably able to see him in your peripheral, and you're going towards the cage. What do you and you just hear this big break in the door behind you, and you know that those doors don't get broken into that easily. What are you doing?
My mind is still on the kids,
Okay.
so I'm gonna keep running towards the kids. Can I reach them in my turn?
You would be able to reach them in your turn, and what you see as you pass crates and things like that, you do see a single iron cage,
Mm-hmm.
closed with two children in that cage. They've probably seen better days. They're alive from what you can tell and what you can see, but
But I recognize them as the Doyle children from the.
yeah, no, maybe a bit more dirty and a bit more less nourished for the past few days, but yeah, it's them.
Okay. I'm
Oh, you're cutting a bit.
assuming there is a lock
Yes, there's indeed a lock
on the,
on the cage.
on the door. Oh, am I good?
Yeah, you're good.
There it went. Mine. Sorry about that.
No
There is a
worries.
lock.
The joy of the internet.
Oh, my blunt weapons are not good. Nor is my improvised weapon.
So many NPCs to handle. That's fun.
Just because my brain cannot remember, lockpicking is what skill? That's a specialty, right?
It is a specialty, which is dexterity based, and you would also need to have the necessary tools in your pocket to do so.
Right. Right. Um.
Basil,
This is
you're on
not my
deck.
best. This is not my best skill. Can I try to find something to hit the lock with so that it will break and come off the door?
Yeah, do me a perception with difficulty 3 because of the whole chaos of the place.
Okay. There's 3, and then pray that I don't roll 3 on my dice. Good. Great. Got 3 successes and then rolled 2 failures, so 1 success.
So it takes you a bit of time in the midst of this chaos to actually find something, and it's far enough that you'll not be able to reach right now. But you do see like a steel bar that you could probably use because there's a lot of junk laying around in this place that you could potentially use in order to break said lock.
I'll take my turn to grab.
To go towards that thing and eventually grab it.
Yeah, to grab that thing so I can try and break the lock on my next turn.
So on your turn, you're essentially turning towards that and gonna go grab it. Perfect. Basil, you are there. Behind you, there's 2 people shooting at you. You're currently.
Yeah, they're like on either side of me, and then the orc is to the front of me or something.
The orc is
Yeah.
essentially all of you're sitting there like essentially like there's a crate on your behind you protecting you from bullets and things that help you a bit. To your left, there's Harry Jones. To your right, there's Mr. Harrington shooting.
Okay,
And
still on that side.
yeah, they're both technically behind you, and a bit
Okay.
nearby. There's technically Tom whose pants were on fire, and not so far, more or less in front of you, but still behind some junks and crates and things like that. There's the newcomers to this whole situation.
Okay, and Alexandra, I saw run off basically.
Yeah, you saw us like runs like probably past Arrington and
She's,
company.
okay, so she's going entirely the wrong direction as far as I know because I don't know the kids are.
Exactly. Like to you, like yeah, she's either going towards like the dock side of, or
Okay. Um. So I gotta go chase after her. I don't know. I think I've lost track because of her stealth.
sorry, you're cutting a bit for me.
I don't. I'm. If I remember right, because of their stealth, I don't know. Is that
Yeah.
correct? Okay. Right. Um. I don't like all these people shooting at me. This is very dangerous. Um.
It's not a good place to be, no.
No, no. I am going to have to run past the damn gunman to get to Alexander.
All right.
Right? Is that right?
You would probably need to come and cross, walk past some, at least one of them.
I'm gonna try and take him out first.
All right.
I think I have a better shot
Uh,
as far.
it'd probably be easier to. Eric Jones is technically closer to you, so it may be a bit easier to get him than Miss
Okay.
Arrington. So
Jones is closer, and Jones was the one that actually shot me too.
yeah.
Right? All right. I'm gonna try and take him out with another knife.
All right. Go for it. Roll to attack and see if you hit him.
Okay, that would be using my throwing.
Yeah, and it's difficulty. Actually, there's the smoke's probably dissipating a bit right now from the previous smoke bomb. So yeah, just make it a difficulty
Right.
3. Actually, yeah, difficulty 4. Actually, make it difficulty 4. Sorry.
Okay. Difficulty's gone. Okay, that would be 4 successes, 1 failure.
All right, you're able to toss a knife at him, hit it, and hit him, probably in, like torso and area. So yeah, roll for the damage that you're gonna do to Mr. Harry Jones.
Yes. 9 damage was a shit. What's that table?
For your knife,
Okay.
I can probably find that for you once again. It's under the
Now
weapon.
the prices for them.
I mean, if you want to go buy some more after, you know the price.
Yeah.
Weapons.
What are we looking for?
The
Damage that
I
my
do believe
the
it's 6
throwing
dice,
knife
if I'm
does.
not mistaken.
Yeah, it's
Grenade
pretty
is-
nasty.
Grenade is
There it
8.
is.
But it's tossing a knife.
Throwing knife is 4. Damage dice is 4 for throwing knife.
All right, so roll me 4 dice.
Sorry, I'm used to throwing. I'm trying.
Ooh, mean. Okay. 17.
17. That I mean is definitely hurt. He's still standing, but it's now like second knife in him, and he's reconsidering a lot of his choice right now.
And I'm just gonna shift to not be in the same place. I'm gonna kind of chest move. I'm not gonna run past them.
All right.
I'm keeping cover, but I just want to not be where he saw me.
Okay.
So it's like throw from this side, roll around, get to another box.
All right. So yeah, probably like you're going there. Like okay, perfect. That makes sense in my head. All right. Is that all you're doing? You're moving out of the way. You're using your.
Yeah, I'm just like duck around this corner and then throw and then go back around this way.
All right, perfect. So, all right. So it is Arrington and Company's turn. Actually, no, it is not Arrington's and Company. It is the Tongue's turn. All right. So what those interesting individual will do? You will first see like this gentleman just like pointing at Arrington. You tried to double cross me, and will actually use etheric bolt. So it will do some magic here.
The first sighting of magic in this
Yeah.
campaign, the finale episode.
Oh yeah, no, those guys are like There's a reason that Arrington was like scared of them. They don't mess around.
Not only is it the first, it's also the last.
Yeah.
All the players looked at the magic casting stuff of this and said, "Good."
All right. So on all this, to see if it actually cast and reach and does it does indeed. All right, Mr. Arrington, you're gonna be in a bad shape, my friend.
Going after Harrington and not us.
Well, it's the one that you saw first, and he did not see you yet.
Yeah, I'm the only visible member of our party so far,
Yeah.
and they might have not even seen me.
And you've also been shooting at someone that they are currently against. It's going to be a problem when we realize that we can't let them take the thing either.
Yeah.
Why can't we? Our job is not the statue. Our job is
That
the
is
kids.
a discussion for later on. You may have that discussion once you meet each other. But from your position, actually, you probably from all where all can see, as a friend, you're probably like passing by and like skipping them. You do see that door open, and you do see a flash, just going by close towards Mr. Arrington. Basil, we're the closest. You literally like see like lightning coming out of this guy's finger. And like I said, you probably just like see a quick flash corner of your eye, but I have no clue what the hell's going on. And James, all you saw from where you were all right, there's some people like walking there. Oh, the door's open. Oh, the dude is shooting lightning. Well, fuck.
Oh, shit.
So, the only one to probably see Miss Harrington right now may be Yusufreen, depending on where you maybe look at it. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, Buddy got hurt. He got hurt pretty bad. You do see a few other people coming in. One's gonna go and just try to sucker punch Tom. Just like stout little dwarven.
Defenseless Tom.
Yeah, the stout little dwarven man is gonna go sucker punch that orc. With
This sounds like the greatest plan ever.
limited success, Tom is a tough fellow to hit. And you see a few other people like coming in. Let's see, they're gonna do quick perception. They don't spot Yusufreen because you roll like.
I rolled 5 successes for stealth.
Okay, you're gonna be considered that on your turn because you're currently not in the building. One of them turns around the corner and come face to face with Eric Jones, who has been hurt, and notice you as well there with like probably your knives. So he's like not sure. He's trying to like understand what's the situation, and the other one are just going towards Harrington. All right. Harrington and Company. All right. First, I'm gonna do Harry Jones, who's now has been received 2 knives in him and has no additional company. Based on his character trait, he's gonna be like, "Fuck this! This fucker doesn't pay me enough," and will essentially like try to drop things on the ground to block the path. and a few of those things contain oil. So that should be interesting, especially since there's already fire nearby. And it's gonna try to book it. Tom is just gonna, go at it, at this little dude in front of him.
This
Look,
campaign
Basil,
really
the
may end
warehouse
up.
is gonna blow up, and you didn't even have to do it.
Yeah.
This is gonna end. If this campaign ends up with all of us dead, including the Doyle children, I'm gonna have words.
I mean, building.
Wasn't been
There's
kidnapped anymore.
some mild smoke in the building right now.
Smoke's about to get worse.
Yeah, this little dude that went after Tom is not having a good time right now and regrets his decision. Harrington, being the brave man that he is, just got lightning.
Also books it.
He's gonna shoot quickly at the man just essentially as a retreat, and it's gonna go towards this prize, or where the dark side. Oh, that's gonna hurt. All right, let's roll for the damage. All right, so the leader of the tongue got, somewhat injured, not too terrible. And as Arrington is booking it towards the exit, which is where the dark side is, because the other door is no longer an option. Going past the cage, like taking a moment to see is it worth it? Alexander, you can probably see him right now as you're going for like a metal pipe or metal bar to break the lock. So that's their turn. Zephrine, James, you on deck.
So before these guys busted in and shot up the place with lightning,
Mhm.
I was going for trying to retrieve the urn from the packaging for the dragon statue, and then I think the secondary plan was to go find and help Alexandra.
Yeah, that is
So
still
I
an
don't
option.
remember if I got to the urn on the last one.
Yeah,
You
you,
just
turn.
spotted it.
you spotted it. You should be
Okay, so
able
I'd
to
spotted it.
pick it up.
Okay, is it still full of ashes, or did they actually dump out the ashes?
I didn't dump it out yet.
Okay, so I'm gonna pocket the urn, and then I'm gonna start heading, booking it to Alexandra so that I can try to help her with her endeavor of whatever she's doing.
All right, so you're taking
I
that.
have to bodily wrestle her.
I'm assuming, are you going quickly towards that general direction, or you're trying not to be detected?
Yeah, I feel like stealth is out at this point. At this point, I'm going as quickly as I
Alright.
can to try to get this in and out done faster than.
With your short leg, you're not able to make it all the way over there, and there's a lot of things in the way, and you took the time to take the object out. You're people will definitely notice that, oh, there's somebody else in there. How they will treat you, that will depend on their turn.
Suddenly, a gnome appears.
Oh yeah. You never know when you're gonna find a gnome, right? They just pop out of
They
everywhere.
just pop up everywhere.
Those fucking gnomes. And James,
Nomageddon.
Nomageddon. And James, it's you, and Alexandra, you're on deck.
Okay, so I just saw these people go into the building, right?
Yeah, you just saw about 5 individual go in building, bust the front door open, which is a pretty big door. And there's you previously heard a few shots being fired, and now there's lightning being shot, and maybe a bit of mild smoke coming out of the building.
I'm gonna walk in the shadows and try and get a visual on them.
All right,
Scenario that's going on.
all right. So previously, narratively, we provided you with a vantage point, so you would need to go down that, that point.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, you could have probably done that, the round before. Let's, narratively put that there. So you probably be down. So you're going towards the building,
Yeah.
or a bit further out.
I'm going towards the building, but I'm trying to stick as close to any other buildings as I can. So
okay.
if that whichever way that takes
Yeah,
me.
there's not much in between you two of you. There's maybe there's some shadow because it's not a brightly lit day, and
Most people are otherwise occupied right now, so you
yeah.
probably get.
So you can advance with stealth. It will take you a bit more time to get there.
Isn't it like midnight? Because the exchange was at midnight.
Yeah, it's like around like midnight, 1 in the morning. It's
Oh, okay, then yeah, I'm just pretty much gonna walk towards the door.
all right.
I realized it was midnight.
All right, so you're walking towards there.
Yes.
Perfect, and you probably be able to like quickly like on the next turn like get like sight from the building. From what you know when you all did like look around the building, there's the main entrance where people busted in. There's a door on the other side of the building, and there's the dock entrance. So you have limited options, but you can pretty much go through the main door because I know it's open right now, so might as well. All right. So you're going towards there, and you can somewhat see inside, probably from where you are right now. Yeah, shit hit the fan. And you do see, the first lane gentleman that tossed lightning. He's still like closer to the entrance still. So yeah. So I'm assuming you're gonna essentially use like what you can do within that round to get as close as possible.
Yeah. I forget, how does action economy entirely work in this?
That is a weird action economy. Let me just double check. Thank you everybody for being patient because combat in this game is weird. Essentially, like I would give you like new movement and action. I will because I'm more familiar with D&D 5e as a follow system. I'm gonna essentially and like 3.5 and things like that. I'm essentially gonna give you your movement and your action. You could technically, I would say, use your action to quote unquote dash if you want to get closer.
I'm not gonna get closer, but I am gonna just get my gun out and start sighting in the guy with
All right.
the shot lightning out of his hand.
Perfect. Okay. If you want to try to shoot at him from where you are, it'd probably be fairly difficult, but
I'm gonna wait around, and also I have the eye, so that way it lowers my difficulty with.
okay. But how much does it lower it?
Let me find the page. I'll tell you when I find it.
All right. Perfect. All right. Alexandra, you are currently like going for that metal rod, and as you turn around, you do see Harrington with a firearm trying to book in it. You're about like maybe like a few yards from him.
I don't care enough about Harrington because I see the smoke and I see the fact that these children are still locked in a cage.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna still grab this pipe and use all of my very little strength to try and knock this lock off.
All right. So, do you have any skill that would help you in that, or is it would in this case be just using your strength?
Well, wouldn't it be
Do you have an improvised weapon?
blunt or improvised weapon? They're
Yeah.
the same. I don't trust. I thought for 30 seconds about trying to shoot off the lock like they do in movies, and then I realized I do not want to take a chance of shooting the children.
I don't see how that could happen.
As the GM with a smile on his face. So yeah, I'm just
There's
gonna.
no possible way shooting at the lock would possibly backfire.
An open cage. Yeah.
So I'm gonna try and use my measly abilities
All right.
to.
So
do this.
Difficulty tree as always.
You got acrobatics or anything?
Credit's not gonna help anything.
It'd be all about leverage, you know. She does pull-ups on the bars.
Okay, and it's a 3 difficulty?
Yep.
One success, no failures.
All right. So you don't like it's not a big impact. There's contact. So you're here improvising a weapon. What is the damage of a club usually?
Depends on the size. Small is 2, large is 6.
Yeah, it would be 2. Your size, you would not be able to bring such a large tool.
Well, it says 2-handed.
Yeah.
I'm using both my hands.
Yeah, but what is your strength at?
1.
Yeah, you would be using a small one. Because if you want to go for the big one, I can increase the difficulty of the hit though.
No, I'll take the 2 damage die. Thank you, Fangio. Are you kidding me?
You rolled a 1.
I rolled double 1s.
So
Hey guys,
there's an impact. The lock's still there. So it may take a few turns to actually break that thing.
That is all I can do in my turn.
All right.
For one time, I didn't want to roll 1s in this game.
Basil.
Children,
What are you doing in your turn? You're currently
so
having new visitors.
yep, there's a new guy that just came within sight of me, sees me, and he says Harry Jones. Harry Jones is taking off. He's
Yeah.
made some distance.
You hear the clanking noise of bottles and cans hitting the ground, and the familiar smell of oil and flame.
Just gonna look at the baton guy.
Yep.
Quickly mention to him, I don't like them either. Like in pointing towards Jones and them. We're allies in this, and then I'm gonna take off after
All right.
in the direction of Alexandra.
Okay.
Is there anything of these the bottles and whatever else that is scattered? Can I grab one of them away?
You could grab one. Give me. I think there's persuasion as a skill option here, or essentially your.
There is
I need-
bowl, which is presence.
Yeah. There's. I'm just gonna bring up the character sheet again. All right.
There's etiquette, Janet.
Charm. There you go. It's essentially-
Charm.
Yeah.
I have no charm. I'm better at bowl.
Well, are you trying to bullshit your win there? Not really at this moment.
I'm trying to bullshit him in that I don't care who he is.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do the enemy of my enemy.
Alright.
But
I mean, I can, depending.
I'll do the.
Yeah, depending on how you want to approach it personally. How you want to express.
No,
it.
I'll do charm because I mean I'm just trying to state fact. At this point, I don't even care who this guy is.
All right. Go for
My
it.
goal. So this is just presence.
Yeah, just roll your presence.
Yeah,
and-
charm is just presence.
I'm just gonna roll against it on my side to see how much.
That's not cool. I got nothing.
You got nothing.
Mhm.
I mean, you said what you said. How much he's buying it. It's hard to tell.
Yeah, no worries.
It's a perfect moment.
I mean, hey, he saw me with a knife in my hand and knife in the gut of the other guy.
Yeah.
So presuming he does nothing to stop it, I'm
Yeah.
gonna head off. Presumably, can I still see Jones running?
You can probably still see him. Yeah, Victoriana is behind some stuff, so he's. But it's
Just
like
for theatrics, as I'm ducking around and getting up, stealth be damned at this point. So I'm just kind of getting up and gonna do the action hero mid firing sequence run. You scoop up one of the oil um, bottles or whatever, and wing it right at Jones.
All right, so give me a throw. It would be a difficulty 8, just because of the whole like this distance between you and him, and like, everything happening right now, and the few things between you and him.
Do I get anything because one, I am good at throw, and can I add in the fact that it's an improvised weapon?
Absolutely.
Okay, so that's 9 for me. So there's a chance.
There's always a chance, however slim it is.
This is not going well. There's going to be a bottle of oil just flying across.
I mean, there's already fire in the place. What could go wrong here?
Yeah, what?
Well, my other thought was to
Sure,
drop a
midair.
match as I ran by.
It lowers the difficulty by 1, Rafiki.
Okay.
All right, one success and one failure.
All right. So you throw a bottle. It missed Harry Jones. It will
Okay,
splash
you got
somewhere.
further away than I thought.
It will splash. There's now an extra fire hazard. It's all right. No, there's nothing else that is flammable.
Sure up, Tuck. I could have dropped a match as I ran by and made the fire bigger.
Yeah.
We didn't have nearly enough fire hazards in this Pittsburgh
Exactly.
as it was.
No,
I'm just setting up for our escape, is what I'm doing.
Yep. That's good. That's
So the rest of it is my movement towards the direction I'd last seen Alexander running.
all right. Perfect. All right. So you're going towards that direction. It is a tongue's turn. This person is just gonna let you, as the boss is like screaming order at them. The only person that may understand them because you're close enough, James, and you speak Mandarin. Essentially, he's ordering them to like get this little fucking dwarf, and they're going further in. Actually, the boss is just staying at the door, and the other person are going towards Harrington, which is going to be now ending their turn. Actually, one of them is still fighting Tom because he's currently engaged with him. Alright, well, I think I'm gonna... Yeah, that brawl is not going in his favor. Alright, it is now Harrington's and company's turn. Let's see if Tom will pummel him, because Tom is a brute.
Is he still taking damage from being on fire?
He's taking some damage here and there. And,
Just curious.
but it's
Over
currently...
his pants, so he's
yeah.
not actively on fire.
Yeah, but there's still fire around him and, things happening. But yeah, no, he's essentially pummeling that poor little man to a pulp right now. Actually, yeah. He's gonna essentially, toss him around. Essentially, like Hulk did to Loki. So, Harrington himself, the man himself, coming face to face with Miss Collins, I do believe. Pistol in his hand, looking at you, looking at the children. You know what's happening. And if you make it out of here alive, and you know he's involved, it's not going to be good for him. But it's very close to you, so it makes his life a bit more difficult.
I didn't think about the fact that he may try and shoot me. I thought about aiming for him, but I was like, no, the children matter more to me.
Yeah.
And then I realized I thought he was still running.
Yeah.
Character flaw. I mean, everybody assumes everybody thinks the way they do, so it's not wrong that you thought that.
Oh, that's...
I mean, it makes sense for my character also because she has younger siblings and
Yeah.
it's like,
That is not good.
just give it to me straight, GM. Give it to me straight.
I mean, you do feel a sharp pain in your side as you hear a shot.
How much
being
damage do I
fired.
take?
Let me just double check that specific weapon.
Blunderbuss.
Or I have
I mean, he's,
20
he's using
I
pistol.
have 24 hit points.
Yeah.
In the corset. 2 damage reduction.
Alright,
Huh?
Yeah, you have damage reduction because of your corset, which is going to be damaged after that, but.
Yes.
Right, yes. Corset. Thank God for corsets.
Come on. No, I don't want the.
What gun is it? I had the page up.
He's using currently. What is he using? He's currently using the Colt 1849.
49 pocket pistol.
Yep. I think it's
6 damage dice.
Yeah, that's
6
right.
damage die.
It's my gun.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more. Okay. I mean, could be worse. I rolled 2 1s in there, so it's not too bad. But I also rolled 2 6. It is extremely average, to be honest. I could not be more average in terms of like roll. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, 7 plus 12. It's
19.
19, which you will be able to reduce some damage because of your.
By 2 to
Yeah.
17
Yeah,
out of my 24 hit points.
yeah. He shot you. You're hurt
Yup.
pretty badly.
Combat
in this game is brutal.
Yeah. I'm gonna, that's changing my plans, cause, I realize that this man is not going to let me leave alive, so I'm going to try to have to hit him with my gun,
And seeing,
which thankfully does more damage.
Seeing that you're still, injured, but up, you see him like pointing and like this time he's not messing around. He's gonna try to finish you. So
He has 2 shots.
No, that's your turn. You can see that he's getting ready. Like you can almost see the next, shot.
He's not using his movement.
Yeah.
Got it. He's not moving because he's going to kill me. Hey.
Yep.
Cool.
And he's aiming for next shot.
Use the children as cover.
Not fucking happening.
So that is the end of his turn. Zephrine, you heard more shots being fired towards where Alexandra was.
So original plan was going to be try to catch up and use my actual lockpicking to unlock the cage, because that might be more efficient than banging on the lock with with an iron bar. Still not certain it's not the better plan than trying to shoot with my exactly, I was built for combat
All right. So,
kind of person.
Alcazar, are you going?
On the other hand, if I take out Harrington, then we have an easier talk next time.
Yeah. So
He's
Alcazar.
been pretty damaged, right?
No, he's
Harrington
not
hasn't been
damaged.
hit.
I mean, he's been like hurt a little bit
Oh.
by the lightning earlier.
Oh, the lightning.
I thought he got set on fire by the lightning.
Not set on fire. He just got hurt by
Yeah.
it.
Tom, got on
Okay.
fire on it.
Bomb's on fire.
Harrington got some lightning. That he was a bit shook up.
Alright, well, 2-second conversation. Alexandra, Harrington or the kids? Which one's more important?
I mean,
Just
of
out of
character.
curiosity.
Yeah.
out of character question, quick question. What is your firearm? My firearm's 4. Pick the lock. My gun also
Okay.
does more damage.
Oh
Just out
yeah.
of curiosity for my own planning, DM, how far away am I from them?
From them, you could
Given
probably
that I ran most of my last turn.
yeah, you can probably see where Safrina is, and you can see like the top of the cage. There's a few things in the way. You went past Tom and Eric Jones as it booked it. You're not exactly sure where he is now, but you'll probably be able to close the gap on your next turn.
Alright, so it's been decided that I should pick the lock on the cage, so that's what I'm gonna do.
All right, so you're going past Arrington and
Yeah, so I'm running up to
Indra.
the cage and locking and trying to open the lock. That's pretty good. Do I have difficulty on this?
Make a difficulty 4.
Alright, 4 successes, 1 failure.
So it would take you like essentially like your turn, but like doors like because picking a lock is not something that you do quickly. So it may take like a round in this is like 3 seconds. So it may take like a few rounds of essentially you doing that, but you're feeling confident that you will be able to pick it with that. So essentially spending your like next 2 round working on that.
Right.
Because picking a lock it that way is a bit of a delicate thing more than bashing it with a pipe. So
Yeah.
all right, but yeah, you're going at it and you know what you're doing, right?
Yeah. I've gotten lots of practice picking locks so far.
Yep. All right, perfect. James.
Okay, so I'm gonna get a little bit closer to this guy,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna try and shoot him.
And mob boss, the
Lightning
lightning guy. All right. So how close are you going from him?
Probably 35 feet.
35 feet. Okay. All right. So what are you using as a weapon?
I'm using a rifle.
So yeah, for you, you'd be probably better at the distance. So.
From 35 feet. Ouch.
How far would I currently be away from him from last movement?
You probably be around like at most like 50 feet.
Okay, so then I'm just gonna get 5 feet closer. Is all I'll do.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna try and shoot
What's
him.
the range on that rifle?
The range on the rifle is.
Because it depends on which one you're using, right?
Yeah, depends on which one you're using.
Alexander, you have the page up, right?
Yeah.
What's the page?
They're all in
They're all
in yards.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
it's mentioned in yards, it depends on what type of rifle.
Yeah. Can you give me the page?
155.
155. All right. Thank you.
275, or not 275. 250.
All right. Okay.
Which rifle?
Which
are you
rifle are
using?
you using?
First one, the Baker.
Baker?
Yeah. Okay.
You are super within range.
Yeah.
If you're going to 35
wow.
feet.
Oh wow, that
Yeah.
got hurt. That
Mhm.
can really hurt.
Oh yeah. The Baker's rifle has it has a range and it has it hurts. It has a it has a slow rate of fire, but all right.
Roll the hit.
Roll. Yeah, it's difficulty 4. So because you have your eye, make it difficulty 3. Roll your firearm.
Is it a total of 4% of the gun's range?
Three successes.
Okay.
one failure.
One failure. All right, roll your damage on that. So it's 10d6.
Question, just because it's going to become relevant very, very soon for me.
Mm-hmm.
What is like the 2-hit DC you need to hit?
That depends on your like you have a difficulty 4 currently, like where based on your gap.
6 damage to the mob boss.
6 damage. How much? 6?
30.
36.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that guy is currently on the ground.
That's gonna end my turn.
Yeah, that's a good turn. Alexander, what was the question? Sorry.
So I'm gonna shoot Harrington.
Yeah.
So I need to know how many successes I need to pray for.
As long as your success
All of them.
outmatch your failure, you will hit.
Okay.
Like how much it will hit may vary.
Okay, so I'm rolling 4. I roll 4 to. I'm rolling 4 against it for difficulty die.
Yep. Because you're probably within like 4 yards of him, so.
Well, my gun has a 20-yard range.
Yeah. So yeah, you're close enough. I mean, both of you are like, close enough to shoot each other efficiently.
Okay. Okay. Oh.
What are you using as weapon?
Monica
A
pistol.
harmonica pistol.
I rolled 2 successes and 2 failures.
It may just be the pain on your side. You aim for Harrington. Your vision blurs a little bit. You aim. Think of the kids. Shoot. And your fire goes right by him.
Okay.
Should have beat it better him, sweetheart. And you still have some of your movement.
That would be my action to do that, and I can't do that.
Yep.
I was like, oh, remember
Basil,
I
you're
can
on
grab
deck.
it. Can't do that. This is stupid, but I'm gonna do it. I'm going
Get too
to.
close to him.
I'm gonna get in front of Zephrine,
All right.
so I can block. So I can block Zephrine if he aims for her. So like, if I don't know if we have reactions in this, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna block Zephrine, so
Alright.
that way Zephrine
So
can pick the lock.
you're essentially providing cover. So.
Yep.
All right. Cool. Basil.
How close can I get to them and to Harrington?
I probably could be able to get like within 10 yards of Harrington and maybe like 5 yards of Zephrine and Alexandra.
Okay. Do I mess him up or just mess with his head? I mess him up.
You do what you need to do, Basil. I mean, you arrive there. You see Alexandra bleeding. You know things are not going well.
Out of character, guys. So anything, fire or knife? Sure, fire.
I would
Do I think I
nice
can-
because we're covered in flammable oil and we can catch fire.
Why are you covered in oil? When did that happen?
But the warehouse is covered in oil.
Well, there's
Oh,
oil
okay.
around.
Yeah, we near a door.
Yeah. Come on, Basil.
Do I,
Do your-
knowing the fire, knowing my gear, knowing the firebomb,
Yeah.
do I think I am reasonably certain I could be safe using this and not hitting my allies or the kids? You say they're fairly far apart, right?
Yeah, they're about like 10 yards apart. So depending on how accurate your aim
We were-
is.
I thought we were closer because
Sorry, you and Ericton are about 5 yards, 4 or 5 yards apart, but Basil is about like 10 yards apart from. No.
yeah, we're closer because
Kind of in a triangle.
Yeah.
yeah.
So I mean, you could technically do it, depending on how much accurate your aim is. I mean, if you miss, depending on how you miss, worst case your bomb is gonna go in the water. Well, actually, worst case it's gonna ignite the building or have one of your friends catch on fire. But this is the worst case. A good case, if you miss it, it's gonna go in the water. Better case, it's gonna be hitting the target.
Set fire to the entryway behind Harrington, but doesn't actually endanger anyone else.
Yep.
Wait, what did you say, Fran? Someone broke.
I was like, all right, so I was saying if it somehow the in between cases here is it sets fire to the exit to the dock, so Harrington can't get out that way, but it doesn't actually set fire to anyone else.
Fire grenade. I'm gonna try and bash him with it.
Yep.
So it's throw versus what's my DC here?
It'll be a DC 4. There's nothing physically in the way. It's just the. That shot, Alexandra. That one shot.
That was sad. That was that was the roll. But that's the dice. That's the dice.
3 successes, 1 failure.
All right. So your grenade hits, and it's nearby Arrington, and it will put him on fire. So roll your damage on that.
Yeah, I think we said that was.
I think we put it at 6, if I remember last time.
Yeah, I think so. So
That sounds accurate.
It's pretty average, so.
it's like the image of him thinking he's got you guys going and then fire.
Firebomb.
We do love a good old firebomb.
Yep.
And then the sniper
Firebomb.
just comes behind.
Currently, for you, like, James does like a lot of shit in the way, so it's gonna be near impossible to actually shoot anything. But
16.
16. All right. Yeah. Arrington is definitely on fire right now. He's still up, barely.
So as I round the corner, seeing Zafreen rather wounded, the cage with the kids, him there with the guns. Like, hey, Harrington, you know those guns are dangerous, right? Throw a glass vial of flame at him.
And yeah. All right.
Witty
Guns are
banter.
dangerous.
Yeah, witty banners, All right.
Most important part of any fight, the witty banter.
All right. So, cool. Arrington is on fire right now. That will probably be his last turn if he does not do anything smart. The tongue.
Being out fire does wonders for one's concentration.
Absolutely. All right. The tongue. This one is down. One of them notice it. One will drag Bossman out of here. Hopefully, trying to save him. The other one are going after Tom. And some of them are going towards to look for the object that they're looking for. So, find Tom. Yeah, he hurts him. He stabs him. That's gonna hurt. Yeah, Tom is hardy, but he's getting hurt. The other one is okay, and for them to try to bring that out, let's roll their strength, because a lot of them are no longer available. Okay, perfect. All right, that's their turn. Harrington, Tom is just gonna finish what he's good at, which is, destroy somebody.
Beating up a dwarf.
Yeah, and I'm not even gonna roll for damage for what was left on that dwarf 8 point.
Flat.
Like, that poor little bugger is like, faced the wrong foe. And Tom would probably have fucked all of you up. And he's going towards. And he's actually gonna go towards where, Arrington is. That's gonna be his turn. Arrington currently on fire. He's just gonna jump in the water and hopefully put himself out and make a break for it. Fuck it.
Yes.
The entire Thames is now on fire.
Yet there's a lot of fire around you. Oh, that's gonna be the Arrington and
I think she means the Thames is pretty polluted at this point. You probably jumped into an oil slick.
yeah.
Hey, Bash, did I do one of those smoke bombs? For some odd reason, I have a feeling I did.
Yeah, I gave you one along with the roller skates.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Zephrine, you're taking that turn trying to work on that lock as there's smoke filling up the place.
Mm-hmm.
James, you see a gentleman trying to pull the minute you just shot out of there.
Gentleman, a single gentleman.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot him.
All right. Go for it. Difficulty 4.
Difficulty 3 because of my eye.
Yeah. And Alexandra, you are on deck, currently bleeding.
Two success, 0 failure.
All right, that's a shot.
$35 damage.
All right. Thankfully, he's armored, so he's still up, but he's hurt. Like, a lot.
The end of my turn.
All right. Alexandra, you are currently there. Probably trying to hold on. It's going to leave you with some difficulty for a while after that. Because injuries are a thing.
There isn't a medicine type thing in this game. So
There's probably a specialty for that.
Yeah. I'm
Ad hoc repair.
I do have ad hoc repair, but I don't think that works.
There's nothing that duct tape cannot fix, right?
My sewing skills are good, but I don't know if I want to sew my own skin right now.
I was like, you are a tailor. You could do stitches.
I'm gonna aim for Harrington in the water.
All right. It will be a
And
very
get my
it would be a difficulty 8 because it's dark. He's in the water.
Oh, if it's difficulty 8, there's no way I'm making that even.
Yeah.
Come on, you're gonna not roll any failures.
It's possible
on.
to not roll failure.
Come on. You're bleeding, you're
Unlikely.
angry. He was gonna leave the kids in a burning warehouse.
It's
And
true.
he shot you.
This is true. Okay,
Also,
I'm
what else
giving
are
in
you
to peer
gonna do?
pressure.
You do what you need to do, Alexandra.
I'm giving in to peer pressure. I'm gonna roll my black dice first and know how many failures and know how many successes I need to roll, and know if it's even worth rolling them. So in order to hit, I'm going to need to roll all successes on my firearm dice.
I believe in you. You got this.
It's possible. Roll them die hard dice.
Roll the die hard dice. We're sailing the skies. Don't fail me now. Nope.
You shoot. I
I
mean,
just had to roll one die
yeah.
to know that it wasn't happening. So I'm
You
shooting into
took
the
your
dark.
shot in the dark. You know, you probably hit something, but
Okay.
Some kind of noxious gas just spews out of the Thames.
Yep.
and that is where the monster from the Thames just come out of the pool.
Yep. That's what made this combat really interesting.
Hey, I mean, if you want a swamp monster, I can bring you a swamp monster.
Please no. I'm just gonna. Okay, trigger warning, potential body horror. Can I try and use the rest of my turn to try and get the bullet out of my gut?
So you're essentially currently shoving your finger in there. All right. Give me a fortitude. Difficulty 4, not to pass out from the pain.
I mean, if
There's no successes, so it's just a question of whether or not I'm gonna pass out.
Yeah, roll your black dice.
if you
I passed
pass
out from the pain. I rolled a failure.
Yeah, it hurts so much. Blood loss. I mean, those that are nearby, not sure like this. She just died there, or she just passed out.
Well, I'm still bleeding, so I'm probably taking more damage.
yeah, you probably cause yourself add yourself an extra wound. For like
Okay.
shoving your own finger in yourself.
See, the good thing about this is now maybe Harrington won't shoot you thinking you're dead.
Harrington is
He jumped into the
gone.
water.
He's gone.
He's like, fuck this
he's like-
shit.
He was on fire and then he jumped in the water.
Yep.
Can we at least say, for the sake of Zephrine, that I fall backwards, not onto Zephrine?
Oh, yeah. For sake of, narrative and not, making your life more difficult. Yeah. Alright.
Okay, that's my turn.
Okay. Basil, you just saw Bison right trying to, take a desperate shot at the flaming man. And then
And then showed the finger in her wound.
Yeah, try to operate
Okay,
without
leveraging my deep pockets and the satchel and everything that I've been carrying.
Yep.
Do I have medical provisions or any kind of bandages that I might be able to use to staunch this bleeding and or heal her?
Some gauze and things like that. Let's check. See.
Yep.
Yep. Yes, you do. You probably injure yourself enough that you know that you need to have that shit in there.
Yep. So that's what I will do.
All right. So
Sure.
you're gonna try to, at least, apply pressure.
Get her. Try and get her mobile. I want to get us out of here.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect.
Stabilize her enough to be moved.
All right. Okay. All right.
Also, question for future planning: did they, when they brought the cart in, did they disconnect the horses?
Yes, they did.
Yes.
Damn. Okay. Are the horses in the warehouse
No, they're outside.
somewhere?
All right. All right. It is now the tongue's turn. Those that are still up and they're gonna try to bring the statue, trying to avoid Mr. Tom with a big angry orc right now, with everything on fire around him. The remaining one is gonna try to fire back at James. And was about, I think he said like 50 feet, 50 yard away.
I
He
think
was.
so.
Yeah.
Okay. It's gonna be a tough shot, but he's gonna try. Okay. Alright. It is a success. So the person that you shot, James, even though injured, will fire back at you. With his pistol. Need one more die.
Is James even wearing any like great coat or anything that has an armor value?
I hope so. Because I rolled pretty well on that. Sorry, buddy. 12,
Oh, that's fine.
17, 20, 23, 27.
Nope. Oh,
You
You don't have any armor jacket or anything?
my health is max 27. Hey, or 20. Sorry, 22. And no, because I spent all my money on my rifles.
all right.
Alright, well, that was
Well, Robot Man,
good use of James.
you are currently there and bleeding, unconscious. Hopefully, somebody may be able to attempt
What's
to
that? Maybe
shock you alive or something.
That might be an ad hoc repair because he's a robot man.
Yep. Um,
If we can get up to him.
Tom was a bit lost. Everything is on fire around him. Does not know where his. You can hear him like call Farrington, to no avail. Boss, boss. He's gonna try to just bolt for it and look around, and he sees you all there. And he's trying to. Well, he's like about like 20 yards, 10 yards away. He's looking around, seeing where his boss is. To no idea what he's not sure what he's doing. So,
He doesn't notice the people trying to steal the dragon statue.
he doesn't care about them right now.
Oh, okay. He noticed that.
He does not.
He doesn't have enough brain power for that. He
Yeah.
just hits what he's told to hit. He's a weapon.
Yep.
Just ask.
Alright, that's fair.
Hey, where did the boss go?
Yep.
Pretty much. I mean, you know that he has to hit you, when you're getting away, but that's pretty much it. All right, it's a frame. You're finalizing your turn to open that cage, and you're able to let the little children out. They're able to get out. It would normally be James, but James is currently out of commission. Alexandra, you are pretty much, passing out, slowly bleeding.
Am I not staunched it yet?
Yeah, I mean, you're able to more or less, quote unquote, stabilize thing. I mean, seeing her condition that she will need actual medical attention.
An actual physician.
For sake of narrative, let's get out of initiative. Building is currently on fire. Basil, you have Alexandra there. Zephrine, you have the children. You can guide them. James, your party is not sure where you are right now.
Sure.
The entire establishment is on fire. Tom does not care. He's looking for his boss right now. And you will probably notice, some blood trail and things like that. I'm assuming you're currently all trying to make a quick escape out of the building as quickly as you can.
Yeah. We gotta get them out. Get out of here.
The good thing is I won't burn though because I'm not in the building.
Exactly.
This is true.
You're just dead, not extra crispy.
So the wagon and the cart and the horses are near enough to each other to be practical. Right?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Obviously, the fire and the gunfire did attract some attention.
Okay. Are there authorities and stuff coming
You can hear like
Present.
the siren of being rung because now there's a warehouse on fire, and you can as you get out you do see a few night late night dock people going there. Eventually somebody does find James.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say if we spot him.
Yeah.
Um. So there are no police or anything right here?
Eventually they do arrive. It will take
Okay.
a bit of time because all of this happened like within like maybe like 30 seconds.
Right.
So, do we manage to get the Doyle children and
Yeah.
Alexandra's unconscious body back to our cart?
Yeah, you probably park nearby,
Because
right?
we had a cart that we came.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Yeah.
we parked near to the alley.
My question
was
is, do
needed.
we get away with
I
before?
forgot that I was needed.
Well, what were you saying?
I was gonna say, can we stabilize James?
Yeah, that's the other question.
Any of you have any medical skill?
I have ad hoc repair.
All right,
I also have ad hoc repair.
So do I.
roll for
There
it.
is no.
Three of us with our ad hoc repairs trying.
Between all of you, it would be a difficulty 16.
I have engineering. Can I use that to
Because
lower it
it's
at all?
extremely damage. You can lower it by 5. So
Okay.
it would be still a difficulty 11.
Okay. Against our combined roll or 11 each?
I guess your combined roll.
Okay.
Alright. Well, I got
I-
one success.
I'm just gonna roll, difficulty die on my side because it will save you time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
So I think that brings us up to
10,
2.
11. Okay.
Yep, that's what I thought.
If you rolled more than 2, he's not stabilized.
Yeah.
Any
I got
success?
one success.
Is it freeing?
I got one success.
I got 0 successes because my dice hate me.
No, it's because you were trying not to bleed out.
Yeah. Narratively, you were trying to also live. James was also trying to. Basil's also trying to live. He's a bit injured as well, so it's a bit of a tough spot for all of you. But James appeared to be currently stable.
Wow, we managed it?
Wait, we managed to get him stable with that roll.
I only rolled 1 failure, so
Wow.
Nice.
That's magic.
so
So imagine that takes us some time
yeah,
before we can
yeah,
get out of there.
for the sake of brevity and making things wrap around nicely, close the buckle, you are able to
Oh.
get some attention to some of the people that needs it. Return, I'm assuming, dual children to their parents.
Yeah.
As morning come, a lot of you are very, 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 very sore.
I'm
So
demanding more payment. I'm demanding at least double what we
So-
are being paid.
I'm curious because we did not bring the dragon statue out of the warehouse. What exactly happened to that? Did the mafia manage to
took it.
retrieve it, or okay, they did manage to get it out?
It seems that they were working on that.
Okay, so last we saw, they were packing it up and trying to cart it away.
Yep.
Okay,
So the morning after,
so long as it didn't get caught in the warehouse fire, I'm not as concerned about it. I was just worried about it getting destroyed and unleashing, spiritual hell.
hell, yeah, that could have been fun. Morning after, some of you will need some bed rest, but you do get payment for the job. They give you £20 each.
You hear anything about
You do,
Harrington?
you do hear about the warehouse fire. There is no words on the street of the whereabouts of Mr. Harrington himself. However, based on the documentation that some people were able to provide, there is currently a bounty on the man's head. As we're gonna go now enter a more or less epilogue denouement aspect of this brief campaign. And then, what do you wish to do once this case is closed for all of you?
Well, I have
You're recovering
earned
and
a
all
ship back to China,
that. Yeah. All right.
so I gotta try to hunt down family members to send this old lady back to, so that she'll leave me the hell alone.
It would take you some time to be able to, track down, a few coins in the right pockets, but eventually you do have a feeling that task should be complete as you are no longer being bothered by a spirit. For now. Besides that,
By this spirit.
by this one at least. Alexandra.
I actually before we'd
Yeah,
before we left them, I would have a conversation with the Doyle children, somewhat discreetly.
absolutely. I'm assuming at some point you make your yeah. Go for it.
You froze a little bit for me.
Yeah, go for it.
There we go. Sorry, my computer decided it didn't want to be connected for a second.
Well, the computers know that you were like injured and bleeding out, so it's like you don't need it.
Yeah. I would probably meet up with the kids like as we're getting back to their house, just talk to them like. And I'm assuming the organization I'm a part of has some kind of code to let people know that we're a part. We didn't discuss this, but I'm assuming my organization has some sort of code to like say like we're in the same boat.
Yeah.
So I
All
say
that or
that,
something, yeah.
and I'm like, what are you doing?
To Henrietta and Michael Doyle.
Yes.
They look at you a bit confused based on that. I mean, I'm sorry that we got you in some trouble. We were just trying to explore a little bit, but it seems that some people may not have to be trusted, but thankfully we have friends, I suppose, that we need to know now.
Did they recognize the code that I used, or did they not?
Not at all. I mean, they don't seem, at least based on what.
Interesting.
You assume that they were in the circle.
Well, because I got word that they were. That's what I got word from.
That they aren't? Did I mention that?
Yeah, you did.
Okay. I need to go back in some of my notes.
Yeah, misinformed.
That's right. Let me go back to
I
my
got
notes.
misinformed. Hold on.
So many
'Cause
notes.
I remember taking rumors of the Doyle children being seen with associates of the Cobblestone Club.
Oh, so they were seen
They
with
were
your
seen
people,
with
not
them.
necessarily members.
Yeah.
Oh.
Right. So there were
Who-
rumors that they were.
So who the? Oh, was. Shoot. Did we just... Okay.
Yeah.
That's after campaign things
That's
for me to
after
ask for
campaign.
Fifi.
That may be an after campaign question. But
Okay.
beside having a discussion with the Doyle children, anything you wish to do with now that you have a bit more money in your name, and you're currently healing from your injuries.
I'd probably try and use the money I got, first putting it somewhat into part of it into my organization to help us,
Okay.
and then using as much of it as I can get away with to try and get my brother out of being conscripted.
Yeah. Probably bribing some people, putting the
You
money in
let-
the right hands to be able to get
Recycle
the younger Collins out of
Do you bother asking Basil for help with that? I mean, rich
I,
kid's son here. I wasn't doing this for money.
Basil needs a hobby.
Aslan does need a hobby. I think Alexandra would want to do this on her own though.
And,
I'm just asking
and Basil,
because,
would you be willing to assist Alexandra with this?
well, if she had mentioned it, but if she didn't, I'm not going to stick
Yeah,
my nose in.
yeah,
I just was bringing it up as a narrative possibility that you've now worked with someone who
yeah.
has some resources. Um, if we're going, I'll go next, I guess.
Yeah.
Um, Basil, the money, he'll put it towards research or making something. He's now intrigued with the idea of launching lightning and things. So that might be the next wonder he works on.
Some like
Now that he's seen
Tesla
that,
ray.
yeah. Now that he's seen that happen, also he will work with his organization, uh, both to hunt down Harrington,
Yeah.
but also he will pass word to those that need to know about the Tongs and the fact that they have this spiritually powerful statue, and it is within our borders. Um,
Oh yeah, I also would have passed along to my society that this highly spiritually powerful dragon statue is out and about, and maybe someone who's better than at tracking that kind of stuff than me should, you know, keep an eye out for it.
Yep. All right. Perfect.
as he assists with that, um, random buildings might start falling down as that belong to the Tongs until we find it.
Yeah. So starting a gang war within London. That's great. Perfect. Hey,
I'm
Hey,
personally
it works.
helping in this war, so
my whole job is to secret. All
Yeah.
they know is the gas lines in these places. It's not very. There's no QA back then.
No. All right.
yeah, I am
James.
personally gonna help with once I get fully healed
Yeah, it takes some time.
or whatever. I'm gonna go after the gang, and because there's a bounty on their head, right?
Uh,
Harrington.
yeah. There's a bounty on Arrington's head right now.
Yeah.
As
I'm-
for
I'm-
Tongue self, I mean, some of their things are legal and things like that, so it's a bit iffy there. But it is possible to make some people disappear here and there. I mean, after all, it is Victorian London.
I'm gonna start a I'm gonna start trying to gather a group of either people, like just a group kind of like what we had here,
Hmm.
or just a group of solely assassins, so that way we can all try and strike at both Harrington and the group that damaged me badly.
I imagine my organization would probably be the type that would partially fund that for under the more legitimate aspects of your mission.
Yeah. All right. So, how I see things happening based on everybody's ambition here. Um, the conscription bill is passed. Thankfully, due to some coin in the right pockets, speaking to the right people, Alexandra, your bar somehow managed to have a pass on this. Uh, so he has not been sent to the war. Arrington is being apparently spotted out of the country, so some people will probably need to go out there with some expertise. So, James, I'm assuming at some point you would probably get out of the country in order to chase Mr. Harrington. As for the tongues, slowly but surely, the current organization appears to be dismantled. As for the actual whereabouts of the Jade statue, Rumor as it may have been returned to country of origin. Some say it's still somewhere deep within London. It's hard to tell. I guess that
So
would
it-
require some. Yeah.
So it's possible that these guys were just doing what something very similar to what our other friend did.
Maybe possible. There was a reason why they wanted to, obtain that object.
And it's one of those things we'll never know if it was a weapon or meaningful unless
Mm-hmm.
Well, we
we
may
start
know.
seeing dragons in the sky.
Yeah.
We may be able to get that out of Rafiki, but I don't know if chat's getting that.
I mean,
Probably
it may be a goal during a charity event at some point that we're gonna have one off about what happened further. Who knows? But for now, I think that's where we will essentially end this lovely little campaign with the war still raging on, Arrington on the loose with James on his tail, Basil dismantling the organization here and there, Zephyrin returning the ghost of an old Chinese lady to where she was from, and probably, robbing some more rich people of their goods along the way. So,
Finding more haunted items to steal and send back to their origin.
yeah. So,
Out of curiosity, DM, just for the sake of it, what does my posse look like? Me and my posse of assassins slash just
it probably be a lot of former veteran things like that
It's a lot of cyborgs.
you know
The
Yeah,
cyborg
like
class.
attracts like. You'd probably rely on your own type.
that's right. It is a motley crew of former veteran that may have needed to be put back together somehow. But that is where we're gonna.
Story for another time.
That is a story for another time. I want to thank again all my players for taking part of this and also not dying somehow.
We all managed to live through combat. I didn't
Yeah.
get hit once.
Yeah, combat is brutal as you can see. James was taken down in one round.
I'm so glad I thought to buy that armored jacket.
Yeah, armor is important. Um, so thank you everybody for coming in, joining us for campaign finale. Uh, I will see everybody. Well, not my player, but I will see them in chat. Because I absolutely adore interacting with them. But yeah, I'll be back next week for a Build a Beast with my dear friend Derek. In the meantime, please stick around as we're gonna actually probably just gonna bring some GR love to some of our friends. Let's see who is online.
I believe cast member of the next campaign.
Yeah, I think because I do believe that our dear Fairbear is currently live on that Davies channel. I think they're playing It Takes Two, so stick around, go show them some love. Make sure to tell them who sent you. And until next time, be kind, be awesome. Catch y'all later.
Bye.
And